Look at this lovely farm setting here in Bohemia. What a perfect place for a battle. And yes, we have a Pike and Shot historical battle for you here today as we recreate the Battle of Wisternitz, which is a battle fought in 1619 between the Bohemian sort of like confederation, I guess they are kind of at the time. They're not really a nation as Bohemia, it's just kind of a rebellion that's taken place against the Holy Roman Empire, who were their overlords, and they're rebelling against the Holy Roman Empire. Bohemia, an area of well, sort of like it really was now the Czech Republic, and they're at the time they're pretty like there were a lot of Hussites, and certainly in this period when there's a lot of war going on in the 30 Years' War over religion. Yeah, the Bohemians, who are Hussites, kind of rebel and side with the Protestants and fight the Holy Roman Empire. And yeah, we have a beautiful map here that is being set up. I really like this gun emplacement. It's a shame we can't man this gun, because it could do with it right now to sort of start battering away at the Holy Roman Empire. But look at this army from the Holy Roman Empire. Look at the cavalry. This is insane. I kind of looked at earlier, and I was like, surely there's more infantry. Surely we just can't see anything because of fog war. But I think this is generally most of the army is all cav. I don't know if this is historically correct or something like that, or they just thought, you know what, we're just going to go cav rush on these Bohemians. But yeah, we have cuirassiers, we've got German mercenary raiders, we've got harquebusiers, you name it for the cavalry. We've probably got it in this battle here today, and what a sight, that's for sure. We've got a little bit of infantry, we've got some musketeers here, and a few pikes, of course. It's Pike and Shot, you need to have a few pikes on the battlefield, but yeah, mainly cavalry here today for the Holy Roman Empire. Got some artillery as well, some 4-pounders. Yeah, what a sight. And we do have Albrecht von Wallenstein, who's a Lancer general, leading the way for his army. The general historically was a guy called Henri Dampierre, and yeah, he is actually a Bohemian himself, I believe, and actually just basically change sides. He chose to side with the at least as far as I'm aware. He's yeah, sort of like from this, I think he's from the Bohemia, and he ends up siding with the Imperials, basically. From what I've read in the history, there's only a very brief history on this battle. That's kind of how I interpreted it. But yes, basically this battle is a victory for the Bohemians historically. They had about 3,500 troops against about 8,000 to 12,000 Imperial troops. It's an insane victory, to be fair, for the Bohemians. They lost about 700 and inflicted about 6,000 casualties themselves. Be interesting to see whether that happens here today. We've got a whole bunch of cav for the Bohemians as well. Certainly not as much Hungarian hussars. We've got cuirassiers here as well. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch. It looks like, yeah, a lot of cuirassiers. We've got a von Hohenlinden. Hohenlinden? I think that's Hohenlinden, isn't it? Which is the Imperial House of Prussia. But yeah, it's Grafen von Hohenlinden, that would be, I think. Anyway, got a whole bunch of cuirassiers, and I think we've got carabineers here as well, actually, which are technically a heavy cav in Napoleonics, but certainly not in Pike and Shot. And we've actually got a whole bunch more cav over here as well. So actually, Bohemia might be just as well qualified for cavalry. Yeah, their army for infantry is pretty small as well. They've got a few pikes and a few musketeers here. But yeah, and then a little bit of artillery over here as well with some 4-pounders. So actually, both sides, I think, might be quite evenly matched with what they brought. Both have skirmishes as well, which are just kind of shooting across this sort of crossing here, which is very cool. I feel like I'd like to have seen someone make a push across here, but it doesn't look like we're going to see that, that's for sure. But yeah, I honestly thought someone was going to take place. The skirmishes were firing pretty much immediately, but it seems like both sides kind of just sat back for now, just taking their time. But yeah, if you want to see more Pike and Shot on the channel, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment show your support. It really does help out the channel. And if you have any of your own Pike and Shot battles that you want to send into my Discord, the link is down below in the description. I'm always looking for more replays for Total War generally. The Pike and Shot guys, to be fair, recently have been spamming out the old replays, whether it's historical or whether it's just a custom game. They have been really, really good at the moment. They've got some quite a lot to get through. So if you guys are fans of Pike Shot, don't worry, there's still plenty to come. And I think I'm going to make a quick cut until the HRE are basically in position and the Bohemians are ready to receive them. It looks like they got a bit of an L shape here forming up, so they're going to try and take on the HRE from multiple directions. Yeah, I'll make a quick cut and I'll see you guys when the action looks like it's about to begin. So, we have returned, and it took a little while, probably a good 5 or so minutes, but the HRE has pretty much negotiated its army across this river. As you can see, the cav is still sort of coming across, and it looks like some of it's not even going to get across. So yeah, this is going to be a very tight squeeze for the HRE and its forces. I actually also forgot to mention this battle fought in 1619, I believe. So they've actually picked also the historical armies of 1618. Like Roman Empire and also Bohemia, I believe, I think it's set around the early 1600s as well. It doesn't actually have a date. It's just kind of a wide-ranging faction. But so certainly the HRE actually has the historical sort of regiments that it would have had in its armies typically as well. Not that they kind of really vary. I guess uniforms is what really makes the difference. Maybe stats. Not that we can see those as a viewer here. But there you go. The battle has begun. Bohemia has opened up. And it's starting to batter away with its muskets here. It looks like the HRE is just going to keep plodding on forward. They should be in musket range. If the Bohemians are shooting them, they are definitely in musket range. But looks, they're plodding on forward. Just maybe going to try and get into melee straight away. Don't know. You can see the two-headed eagle there of the Empire, the Habsburgs, all seeing, looking both west and east. Is their Empire. There you go. Some shots fired there, and the smoke plumes start to erupt onto the battlefield. It looks like we're going to have a cav fight here starting very, very soon. We've got the carabiniers setting up. Obviously, cavalry in this period as well have a lot of carbines and pistols. And as you can see, their volleys going off from the carabiniers. They have, what they were earlier. They're not like the heavy cav that you now know and love in Napoleon and Total War. They were like carabiniers first. They had carbines. And there you go. They blast those cuirassiers, doing a bit of damage. Not masses, but, you know, getting the first shots off. The cuirassiers also, not like the ones from the Napoleonic Wars. They had pistols originally and carbines. So, yeah, like the idea is that, you know, it's mobile infantry. Heavily armored mobile infantry, that's for sure. But that's kind of like the idea still of cavalry at this point. It's not really just, you know, they're always a bit of a hybrid in this period of Pike Shot rather than just having a sword, really. Really, the only sort of unit that's an out-and-out melee unit nowadays is in Pike Shot is the Lancer. Everyone at this point was kind of like, well, we have gunpowder now, let's give everyone a gun. So it's like, you have a gun, you're on a horse, I don't care, you're having a gun. Give the horse a gun if we could give the horse a gun. And it looks like we're going to see a charge here. Raiders, they look like they're going to go in. They don't look like they're going at a speed that they're going to slow down and shoot. They look like, oh, maybe they are. Wow, they stopped on, like, dead on, and they're going to get right in the face. I mean, if I was the Bohemians at this point, just charge. Don't just sit here and just absorb this volley that's going to come in. There you go. Did probably similar sort of damage, to be honest, to the cuirassiers, to be honest. They're not going to get a volley off. But yeah, if I was the Bohemians, just charge. Like, I mean, it's a big risk going into melee, granted, but I feel like that would have been okay. You could have turned this musketeer here on the edge and then probably side-shotted as well. But yeah, Bohemia and HRE not really microing, I would say, that well, that they're able to use all their cav. Maybe they're not wanting to use all their cavalry just yet. Yeah, the gunfights very much getting underway, I'd say. I mean, we can have a look. Winning decisively, supposedly, is the Breuner musketeers here. And the units are bigger, actually. 160 against the Bohemian 120. So yeah, no surprise. Say going off kill count, like how many men are left in each unit, I would say that they're pretty even on like numbers left. So Bohemians might be shooting a bit better. One of the newer factions is Bohemia. It's been added in a recent update. It does look glorious. Got some unique stuff. I mean, infantry-wise, stuff usually looks quite similar. In this period, it's not really like anyone's wearing... They've not really got to the age of uniforms yet, has the European armies. Everyone's just kind of really in browns and reds, just kind of in like whatever sort of uniform you have. Here's another charge again from Ratiers, again coming forward. Again, just going to get right in the face. The Carabiniers are reloaded. They're going to get a volley off first. That's going to do some damage there. And there you go. The Ratiers might get a volley themselves, but they're going to rout. And there you go. It's a bit like in DI or NTW3. If one unit routes, the others, you know, around and get also red morale and rout themselves. And my gosh, they are speeding off the map. My gosh. There you go. So first blood's really to Bohemia there, you could say, in sort of like routing units. But yeah, these Carabiniers, they're taking a bit of a pounding, that's for sure. It looks like we're going to see the similar thing happen on the other side now. We've got Harkebusiers coming forward. I mean, they've got 4-pounders here set up of the HRE, or about to set up. Just leave them here. Just let them pound away at the Carabiniers. See whether the Bohemians react to that. And how they react to that, because it's a tough spot for them to really get out of. Just a general's bodyguard for the Bohemians in today's battle. Their general in history was Friedrich von Tiefenbach. Sounds like a bit of a German name, to be honest. Which I mean, Bohemians sort of are a bit. They probably wouldn't like me saying that, but they are, I guess, the Germanic. They have the Germanic sort of, you know, race. Harkebusiers there, firing away. I mean, I think both sides there kind of just traded. Maybe not, actually. I'd say that maybe the Bohemians did a lot better looking all those dead cavalry down there. That's a solid line there along that road there of where they've left. Hard to say with the Bohemians just sort of standing their ground. Like I said, it's just pretty much mobile infantry. It's pretty much being played like a line fight right now. Whether these cuirassiers here and stuff could just maybe just side charge right now, I mean, it just seems like they definitely could. Oh, these are all hidden. What? Every single one of these units is hidden, and I think we're just going to see the biggest jump scare in Pike and Shot history here. Yeah, the HRE is getting ready to charge forward, and they are just going to actually side charge here as Bohemia and get a mammoth ambush off here. This is insane. And actually, it's going to be easy to zoom out to see what's going on, I feel like, because we're not going to catch all this chaos. But look at that. That is insane. The HRE trying to pull stuff back. The Bohemians here side charging into all of the HRE here, and they are getting some great routes going off here. I mean, we've got multiple units attacking one at a time. They don't want to get too sort of narrow-minded, though, because there is still a lot of HRE cab to deal with. A good result here, and they're charging into like weaker units, like sort of like the Croatians and the Harkebusiers, things that aren't really supposed to be in melee, employing melee. And look at this, they're getting a lot of these sort of like gunner cavalry, you'd maybe call them, and that is huge. The cuirassiers here as well, actually, sorry, the Carabiniers, they managed to hold back the Ritter here. Really nice there from the Bohemians, and this could be devastating. Like literally from like, I didn't even realize. I thought they could see the L there, but apparently not. I bring forward the next wave, the Hungarian Hussars here. Get them round the back maybe in some areas, because already looks like some of these cuirassiers are sort of struggling a bit. But yeah, what a result there for Bohemia. They're going to be able to pull out quite a lot of cav here, because they've got lots on one unit here. But yeah, they are just going to go in. There's more sort of like Croatians and stuff being sent forward here. These aren't going to be that great, I would have thought, in a melee fight. But yeah, what a jump scare. I mean, this isn't obviously what happened historically. Strategy, it kind of is up to the players to do what they want. They have the tools given to them. It's how they use them. It's absolutely up to them. But yeah, what a result. I mean, it's not over yet. HRE could definitely turn this around. There's Bohemian units now after the jump scare and the sort of stabilizing of the HRE. You can see quite a few units here starting to wave a little bit. I'd maybe get the general for the Bohemians over here. I think the HRE general's relatively close. Yeah, he's sort of nearby. I'd get him a little bit closer if I was Bohemian, just to help with rallying. Because yeah, you can see already over here a lot of cuirassiers are starting to think about running away. Here comes those hussars. They are coming forward. I think micro obviously is a massive problem in Pike Shot. You have such big armies that it probably is a little overwhelming. And you can see, yeah, a couple of units starting to break and waver, and it's causing a bit of a chain effect here for the Bohemians. They're going to send in the hussars to try and stabilize that line, but they're actually redlining going into battle, some of them. Look at that, Hungarian hussars wavering. They are light cav, so they're a bit like the Croatians and the Harkebusiers. They're not really supposed to be in melee. Here's the Dampierre Arquebusiers. So we do actually have Dampierre here. It's kind of nice. We have him in spirit at least. Look at all that. We've got the Hungarians down there with their sort of like Eastern European style uniforms. They're not in plate armor. Any plate armor, that's for sure. Bit of a mess on who's who. But yeah, look at the scale of these fights. They are absolutely massive. There's cavalry as far as the eye can see, really. Bohemia here sort of chasing off some of the cuirassiers. It's looking, yeah, real even. I'd say Hungarians actually joining this fight is not really stabilized that much. A lot of them already quaking in their boots and thinking about retreating. Still more of these Dampierre arquebusiers are retreating. Whether Bohemia here wants to make a move, I mean, they got a fair amount of cav on this side. Maybe want to, you know, pressurize the HRE on the other side, because they're able to draw. The HRE are able to shift their cavalry from one side to the other a lot quicker than Bohemia is. I mean, and like I said, this sort of jump scare has worked, but they it's slowly petering out. I mean, they're still routing quite a few cuirassiers here, which is huge. I mean, over here, this is a really nice firing line right now from the HRE. We've got all these cuirassiers, and we've got the German Ritter. They're also set up side-shotting the Bohemians, and it's causing them to rout. As you can see here, they're running. You don't need to kill these vast armies, you just need to rout them. They're doing exactly that. Actually, I think some... Oh, was that? No, that's cuirassiers routing. I don't think we've actually seen any infantry rout yet for anyone. What a crazy battle. Really is. I mean, there's very few cuirassiers holding back a lot of Bohemians right now, and that I think is on the Bohemian player for not you know, spreading out, because he's just blobbing up. He's making nice targets for those units that aren't in combat of the HREs, and he's just able to shoot into the sides of them, and he's doing a lot of morale damage. Like I said, maybe not killing these guys, but he's doing a lot of morale damage. And in a way, he's then ending up holding this line a little bit better. I think he's not. I don't think he's done it on purpose, but he has pulled through that cuirassier there. I think he's trying to get this Croatian unit here. I think just the attack order he gave just followed him through. There you go. And they are, yeah. I'd still say that HRE's looking in pretty good nick, and the thing is, he's not going to be able to pull that trick off again. Oh yeah, HRE's in real good nick. Look at that master out there from the Bohemians. That is horrendous. Arquebusiers here. Yeah, actually, it's a lot of sort of what you say is arquebusiers. Guys that really shouldn't be in melee have actually managed to hold their weight, weight in combat. And look at that, we're here seeing a master out from the Bohemians. They need to sort of reset, and just go again. Like I said, that general should be over there. He should really be helping in that cav fight. But a good result here for the Bohemians. We've seen an advance from more arquebusiers. They've all been routed here by the carabineers. I think if they'd advanced on the other side as well, when the cavalry got jumped here and they'd gone in on this side, I know there's been a lot of micro, they could have done a lot of damage, for sure. You can see, like, look at this, the infantry here for the HRE is all boxed up. They boxed everything up, they're preparing for the worst, they're going to get surrounded. I mean, they are having to, as well, they've got the musketeers here, as you can see, shooting into the side of the Bohemians. That's helping massively. A lot of the Bohemian cav has re-rallied. It's going to need to rest up because it's exhausted. Looks like the cuirassiers haven't got this memo, though. It's still going to come after this arquebusier. There he goes. It goes back. Player realizing he does not want to do that. And they go back into the forest. I don't think they'll... Technically, they should be hidden again, I think, but I don't know if they will be. And we're kind of back to square one a little bit, really, because... It's just going to be back to the line fight now. I imagine a lot of this cav over here is exhausted for the HRE. It can't really mount a counter-offensive. They've got some fresh arquebusiers and the generals here. Wallenstein, he could mount some sort of an effort, but would he want to go with half his cavalry force? Probably not. Though it is against a very exhausted Bohemian cav force. You never know. There's a cuirassier that's re-rallied back here. They just want to set up and shoot it, I'd imagine. They don't really want to engage. Carabineers, just get too close, they can rout. And here we go. We've got another cav charge coming forward on the other side here. Carabineers going to fire, possibly. Ritter, I think, can get the shots off first. The cannon's going to fire into them. Oh, there you go. Volleys going off. Good volleys there from the Carabineers. Really nice. Evidently, they are much better in gunfights than these mercenary Ritter and the arquebusiers. And there's another 5 cav units that are routed there. I don't know if any of these were some of the ones that had already gone once. But yeah, look at that. That's insane. I don't know what all these cav are doing back here. Intriguing. I don't know what's going on over here. Croatians are going right to the back of the map, but they're going to find another crossing and get round, potentially. Yeah, very odd, very odd. And there's more Croatians going. Yeah, I think he's taking all the Croatians and some of these mercenary arquebusiers. He's going somewhere with them. I don't think he can cross elsewhere, though, looking at it. It would say no. Whether he just maybe, I don't know, maybe just right-clicked and it was further than they expected. He might be microing elsewhere, not realized he'd given him the order to go that far back. Honestly, that could be the case. I do it plenty myself in Total War, and I'm not even at the same scale as these Pike and Shot guys. I feel it'll be so daunting. You're fighting with like 40 units, if not more, to be honest. Some of these armies are massive. And in a 1v1 as well, you don't have anyone to help you. But yeah, I think both sides, yeah, they're technically back to being hidden, all these units in here. But the HRE now know about them. They know where they are. I mean, they could try, I guess. And this is all still be hidden over here. They could try and sneak up on the HRE and get a bit of a jump on them again. Because if you say hidden, you can't be shot at, which is obviously what the arquebusiers want to do. If you can get a jump on them, whilst they're either just stood there stationary and charge them at a bit of an angle, you might be able to do a bit of something cheeky there. Looks like again we've got more mercenary arquebusiers coming forward. Are they really going to challenge the Carabiniers? These Carabiniers have fought through multiple battles already. We've got our artillery here as well. I think that is shooting at infantry. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's counter-battering. I really have no idea what it's shooting at. But they're coming forward. Once again, it might be shooting at Cav, actually. It might be shooting at the Ritter here. These guys have already seen a bit of action. He's going to send forward, 7 units now of cavalry to try and do this. Might be sending these two to go and deal with the artillery, which if that's the case, the Ritter here might be able to deal with them. And there you go, immediately routed are the Ritter there. Then we're going to see more, yes, German Ritter now for the Bohemians come forward. And yeah, they're going to blast the 4-pounders, get right up in their face. It's the best way to rout a artillery crew. Just shoot it. Don't charge it, shoot it. There you go. That's a bit of a success there. Carabiniers here are starting to red line and orange line a bit. There's a second wave coming forward here of arquebusiers. Nice little strategy here from the HRE player. Sending forward the weakened units. Let them get shot one more time. Then sending in the fresh units here. These Carabiniers won't have been able to reload in time. And he's actually going to charge in. That's risky. Bohemian player didn't get a charge off. And you know what? It looks pretty bad for the HRE. I think some of these weaker units are routing immediately, and it's actually passing the sort of like the fear down the line into all these arquebusiers. And there you go, another failed charge from the HRE. More cavalry thrown away. Great result there for the Bohemians. Don't really want to countercharge. I think they're left where they're holding it. Really, really nice. I'm a big fan of it. And yeah, where have the Croatians gone then? Have they gone off the map? Or are they just hidden now that we can't see them? Maybe. Gonna have to keep an eye on that. Looks like maybe going around the flank here. Yeah, I think that is the play. I think we're going to see Croatians here go around the flank. And they're going to go across this bridge here. This is the river crossing they're looking at. So we're going to see, I think we're going to see a lot of cav come through this town here. It's a really cool town, by the way, just like to say. This is a Frisian map, so it's somewhere in the Netherlands. Kind of get that vibe from the town. But yeah, what a cool map. Cool to see like a fight over that town. Yeah, this line of Carabiniers is getting thinner and thinner. Whether they send the Ritter out and sort of flank it to the side, so, and then they could really push on this flank, and we're gonna see the HRE left, the cavalry force come forward again. Most of the cav here is re-rallied and is, you know, tired, winded. There's a bit of a mix of the two. They're going up against a lot of fresh arquebusiers. That might make a difference. Fresh is in sort of energy, not necessarily in strength. Some of them are taking some bit of a battering. The General Wallenstein is with them. That will be interesting to see. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I mean, I would have thought the HRE wait a little longer to let the outflanking forces arrive, but maybe not. Looks like we're seeing Musketeers here get cycled out as well, because they are starting to get shot to pieces and waver and break. I mean, they are using 2 infantry units here of Musketeers to deal with what looks like 4. And they've got Musketeers over here. I think they're shooting at the Carabiniers, probably doing like Minimal damage, but some damage. But yeah, the HRE having split their cav force down into 3 with the Croatians on going on the wide flank. You've got a lot of arquebusiers and cuirassiers here. Looks like we've got, yeah, more arquebusiers over here as well. Actually, just arquebusiers pushing here. So this force here, I definitely feel like could be like dealable with. And it's actually really going for the infantry in the center. They get a good volley off and then charge. They might be able to do something. Yeah, Bohemia's going to have to act, and here he comes once again. They're hidden. He knows they're there. Still gets kind of caught out as the HRE player. On the march. On the march again. Yeah, caught out. And Bohemia once again rides out. And now he's going to sandwich the cavalry here between the his oncoming Bohemian cavalry and the Bohemian infantry. If they get the pikes up, they could do some damage here. He's pike squaring. He's got his infantry right in front of the squares. If they charge the infantry, they charge the pikes. And again, look at that. Cavalry getting routed because it's been on the march. Wallenstein running for his life back to his right-hand flank with his cavalry there. And this is again looking dangerous here. Getting a good volley off though. Routing the musketeers there. Doing some damage to the pikes behind. But they need to look behind them themselves and look at the Bohemians that are running onto them. They're going to charge a pike square. How wise an idea that is, I don't know. It's not the heaviest of cav. It is just Ritter. And they've routed a little bit already. And Bohemia now has the numbers to actually flank around. He's got his Hungarians here to do exactly that. The left now needs to act for the Bohemians, yeah, because he's drawing away because of the Hungarians. He is drawing away this flank. Push with your left. And then all of a sudden, it's looking really bad for the HRE. Either you can go for the infantry, you can go for his cavalry, you can get a full encirclement going on here of his infantry in a moment. It's like World War II tactics going on right now, sort of encirclements. Blitzkrieging. Rommel would be proud. Cavalry down here, quite hard to distinguish who is who, but thought I'd just zoom in for you guys. It's one of the downsides of Pike Shot. Everyone kind of looks quite similar with their uniforms. Unless you like doing like Turks versus like the French or something like that. Very different sort of style. Cuirassiers here getting caught trying to cross the river. Heavy cav, yeah, getting stuck in a river. Being chased by much lighter cav. And yeah, that's a real problem there for the HRE. And now, actually, to be fair, the Hungarians have been routed pretty quickly. That's pretty disappointing. They're going to get charged by the arquebusiers. And those Hungarians are going to get seen off quite quickly. They are light cav, really. I don't think they're meant for a cav fight. Just a dash. And oh my gosh, really? Bohemia's mass routing. How? Bohemia kind of mass routed, but he's scared off the HRE. Crazy. Like, because of the Hungarians. I think it is. That's kind of crazy. I mean, they still got a lot of cav on this flank here. And so this cav might return once again. The pikes held off the cavalry as they should. That general, like I said, he needs to think about getting to the front line and just re-rally. I'd say with your general, like, I mean, just general bodyguard, it's reasonably decent, I'm pretty sure. You need to get to the front and rally your cavalry, man. Like, so you need to do. The Hungarians here drawing in the arquebusiers might be able to catch these guys, but they are going to rout, I think, again. They're going to get a charge off. They are a Lancer cav. They get a lance out at least. And they routed the arquebusiers, to be fair. They look like they're going to go themselves.
Our men are
or maybe not, but there you go. Sir. That's a good result there. Could they get another charge?
Our general is under attack.
General's under attack. To be fair, he actually did the attacking. He attacked some arquebusiers. And look at this. HRE running away again. Crossing back over the river. Where is he going to? I thought maybe... Well, it looks like they're going in this direction. They're going towards the red line. Maybe. Are they giving in? I mean, Bohemia's doing a great job here. Some brave mercenary arquebusiers holding on the line here for the Imperials. I think they're going to go, though. The infantry held well as well for Bohemia. They should really just chase these guys down, keep them sort of pinned here. So just don't let the pike, force the pikes to form square or something. I could just stay in range of the get really close and just shoot into the backs of the musketeers and the pikes. That's what I'd do. A lot of this Bohemian cavalry has returned once again. Is exhausted. The general is by him now at least, so you can, you know, do some inspires. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't know where. It looks like, yeah, HRE he is going back and then right, and he's going to go round to the town. So again, it looks like I might be making a cut soon, because if HRE's not wanting to stay and fight, there's going to be a lot of marching and sort of counter marching going on. I imagine Bohemia won't chase him. He'll just stay sort of where he is, reposition up. I mean, he's got the 4-pounder crew back there, whether they could be acting as a scout right now, looking to see where they go. But yeah, HRE in a real bad state here. It's going to be interesting to see how they come back from this one. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a moment once the battle, I guess, the battle lines are redrawn, and we see what sort of, I guess, phase 2, phase 3 of this battle is. I'll see you guys in a moment. So, we are here. I don't know if the player conceded or what, or maybe the timer ran out. I'm not sure, but I fast-forwarded a little bit. And yeah, the HRE army, I don't know if you can really see it, has run over here. And then has, I guess, has retreated and has given up. I guess this is, yeah, I mean, that's kind of historical. These things do happen. So, yeah, the Bohemians held their ground. They pushed them back across the river. And I guess maybe that was sort of the part of the rules. Maybe the HRE player just conceded, or whether he just felt like he wasn't going to go on and win this fight. So, yeah, Henri Dampierre has been defeated. The Bohemians won, a bit like in history. So we'll end the battle, and we'll have a quick look at the end results in a moment. We're going to have a lovely load screen in a moment. But yeah, I was kind of a shock. I honestly thought the HRE were going to maybe try and dig in that town. I mean, they have a lot of cavs, so it would have been quite hard to do. But yeah, with the infantry they had to the left, could have tried to dig into that town on the river and try and really make a real pain of for the Bohemians and trying to like sort of get them out of there. But yeah, what a fight! I really did enjoy that one, to be honest. That was generally like the battle there of I've generally forgotten the name, Wisternitz. What a fight! What a fight! I really did enjoy it. And I mean, to be fair, losses, I mean, they were about double actually what they had historically, the Bohemians. But and to be fair, actually, the HRE are quite way off. But yeah, not too bad, you know, not too bad at all. So yeah, well done to Itchy and Zamnot. Both did a really good job. We'll have a quick look at the unit kills. I think this is Itchy's first. He sent this replay in. But yeah, 4-pounders for Bohemia here, getting 193 kills. I didn't feel like they were doing much. In fairness, we were looking a lot at the cavalry because that was the exciting feature. But yeah, evidently these cannons were, you know, just slowly chipping away at cavalry or infantry, just doing some damage there. We've got cuirassiers next at 114 kills, 112 with the carabineers. I'm not surprised, those guys just like were mowing down cavalry that came towards them. Musketeers 110 again, did a great job holding the center. More carabineers 110, 109 with the cuirassiers. More carabineers 109. Yeah, they're just doing great. Cuirassiers as well up there, getting like 100 plus kills. But there are the rest of the kills if you want to have a look at those. And then we have Zamnot over here with 112 kills with his musketeers, 101 kills with his musketeers. I guess down the center they were shooting the Bohemian ones just as quickly as the Bohemians were shooting them. After that, 99 kills with the cuirassiers. But yeah, not masses of like triple figure kills there for the HRE. Bit of a disappointing day for them. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this Pike and Shot showdown. If you did and want to see more historical battles like this one on the channel, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And do check out some of the videos appearing on your screen now. There should be some glorious ones, including an English Civil War historical battle. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.